And we are live. Yay! Happy Easter, everybody in YouTube land. This is the Sunday show, and we are doing a special edition tonight of a few of our favorites, plus some giveaways. Please make sure to be the giveaways are for those who participate and who are here present in the chat. My name is Kimberly, and we are on my channel, Borderline Hoarderish. Every week, our show rotates, and it's always at 6 p.m. Central. And with that, I will introduce the other people who also host this very show. The first one would be Destiny, the Shamrock Pixie.
Happy Easter.
The next show is actually on her channel. So please make sure if you are not subscribed to her that you do so. All of our links are in the description, along with Nightbot, who will be dropping them throughout. And I'm sure our amazing moderator, Rebecca, will also assist in that. And then after next week, the next show will be on Pat D72 on his channel. Say hello, Patrick.
Hello, how are you? So that's going to be May the 5th.
Okay, yeah, I didn't write down the dates. I'm glad that you know. Make sure to also be subscribed to him if you are not. And then after Pat, it rotates to Tommy, the Bargain Effect.
Hello, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes, I'm so excited. I really am excited for this topic. I'm excited for some of the questions that we have, and I'm also excited to involve the chat a little bit more, especially because it's Easter and anybody watching us, we are all honored and blessed to have each one of you, taking time to watch us. Out of all days, it's Easter, and I hope that everybody got, had a lot of fun doing their thing, whatever they do for Easter. This is actually my first Easter without one of my children. And it makes me kind of sad. And I was just telling these people on the panel who, are not only my friends, but pretty much my family, that I really am pretty excited to hang out with them, because I was a little sad today not having one of my kids around. I figured we'd say hi to a few people real quick and then get this party started with a giveaway and an explanation of how that's going to work. I see that we have David Smith, thank you for coming. Football Manager John says, hello, everyone from the UK. Thank you, John, for being here. I know that it is very late for you, so we appreciate it. Just know that we all are blessed to have you here. Rebecca, the wonderful mod, and my BFF, Jennifer, hello. Rick, what up? And I'm going to actually see if I can change this blue. Sorry. To make sure. All right, Jennifer, you are officially blue, ma'am. Thrifty Dad, my reseller YouTuber, Ida/Shiro. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Gina, I would go, Norgus, Joanna, I'd go through the whole list, but we'd probably be here the entire time just saying hi to everybody. And let's get this party started. All right. So like I said, today's topic is going to be a few of our favorites, and we're going to be doing some giveaways. For the first one, I'm not using Nightbot. It's going to be actually a question. And for the other ones, it will be used with Nightbot, and he will randomly pick somebody in the chat. I have been dropping hints all week about how to sort of, I guess, better your chances at winning a giveaway. It is important to be consistently active. Don't be annoying, because Nightbot might get you, but be active in the chat. I wanted to make it fair and make it so that it wasn't necessarily something that somebody can Google, real quick. And I just wanted to show, all of us wanted to show you guys and tell you guys thank you for taking the time every week to come and hang out with us. All right, so Nightbot, I will be sharing my screen. I'm going to do a screen share, which will be the first time I've ever tried that live, to be able to pick for the ones that we are going to do. And it is a mystery egg giveaway. I have 4 beautiful glittered eggs right here. And when you are the one chosen, you will randomly pick. There are 4 different slips of paper in each egg that say the prize, which is pretty exciting. You just never know what it's going to be. I'm excited for y'all. Woohoo! All right, should we start off with our first giveaway?
Yes.
Let's do
Yes. All right. I think we should do it. Let me get my screen ready. Again, this first one is not going to be involving Nightbot. Please put down one answer. If you do multiple answers, we're going to take the first one that you put down for this. So please do one. It is whoever is closest. If it's not correctly answered exact. And how long do you guys think we should give the chat? Maybe, I don't know. I didn't really set a timer or anything, but we'll just go with it.
So somebody gets it right?
Yeah, I guess.
Right,
Well,
so
because
somebody
if they do one, then they might not guess it. I just wanted to make sure that everybody had a chance. We have people of all ages in our chat, and some are on mobile, some are on computer. And I know that if I'm on my laptop, I'm going to be able to smash out numbers super, super quick. So I wanted to sort of make it equal for everybody to win.
Football manager John suggests 1 minute.
1 minute. All right, we can do that. We will do that. So the first question, and let me put in the side here, make sure that you guys know the answer. Which I said this before, but that way we just double know that that is the answer. First question is, drum roll please, no. What are the combined ages of all of our children? Every person on this panel, what is the combined age of all of our children? If you've been paying attention, you should be able to have a little advantage in this, you know, if you've been around for a while. And go. Put down a number in the chat of our combined ages of our children.
Oh.
Go, guys. Doing good, y'all. Keep dropping those numbers.
Need some game music.
I know, right? Do 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 do. Combined age of all of our children together. There is somebody that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, Pat. You say get Pat to sing.
Yeah, Pat, let's hear it. Let's hear it, buddy. Win. Somebody's going to win. We'll give it another 15 seconds to get those answers in. Combined age of all of our children. I thought this was a good question because I don't think it would be too easy to just guess all real quick. 5, 4.
Got a couple people really close.
Super quick.
2, 1. Time's up. Stop dropping the answers. I'm going to put time. Boop. And the answer is... Whoa, where did I write the answer down? Oh. The answer is it's 92, which means Joanna with 93 was the closest one. Yay!
Yay!
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Did you guys see any that were closer? Or
nope, I think she was the closest.
Good job, Joanna. All right, we're gonna let you pick out an egg. Ooh, I'm so excited. So excited. Yeah, we each have 2 children. Tommy and Destiny are together. So they have the 2. Pat has 2, and I have 2. My children are 8 and 13. Pat, how old are your kids?
3 months and 1 week.
Pat,
What?
it's all right to tell everybody how old your kids are, Pat.
I know, but that's going to reveal how old I am on Easter, and I'm a little upset about the rabbit today. So.
Oh, well, Pat has 2 children. We all know that one of them is 18 because he talks about Joshua all the time. And the other one is a little older. If you guys didn't hear how old Destiny's and Tommy's children are, which are
11 and 13.
you can figure out how old Pat's oldest is.
29.
29.
It's kind of weird when you ask that today because my 2 kids' age combined is my age.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I never.
It's weird how that works out.
It is. I don't. I can't even believe that my oldest is 13. I'm blown away by how fast time flies. I always try to remember because my kids are still here under my roof, and even when I get frustrated, sometimes I'm always like, all right, there's gonna come a day when they're gonna move out, and I'm gonna be sad about it. I'll be sad about it, and I always keep that in my brain. When I'm frustrated. What up, Pam? My unicorn up there. How you doing? I see all kinds of beautiful, amazing people showed up. Yay, that was fun. All right. We can do our first question. And again, remember the other giveaways, I'm not going to tell you exactly when they're going to be. I highly suggest that you be active in the chat.
Now, does she get how's that work?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Egg,
that's I was like, wait,
I got so sidetracked.
try?
I'm like, yeah, Joanna, you win. Yay. You don't get to pick it out. Okay. So there are, I can't even see my screen here. Can you guys see the eggs? Am I showing them all?
Yep, we're good.
Okay,
Purple,
there
green,
are
blue, and gold.
Yes, there are 4 eggs. So pick one color of the 4, Joanna, so that you can get your mystery prize. And I am way up in the chat. So if you guys see what color she says.
Joanna.
Look at everybody. Everybody's all taking all the.
She wants pink. She picked pink.
Pink. All right, pink. Isn't it so pretty? Look at all that glitter. I mean, come on now. And also, once you win, although you can have fun in the rest of the giveaways, you only get 1 prize per episode of winning. Joanna won a $5 eBay gift card. Woo!
All right.
And you will have to actually get a hold of Tommy.
Yes, which you can just email me at thebargaineffect@gmail.com with your email address, and I can have the gift card sent straight to your email address.
Good job. Congratulations. Yay. That's cool. That's cool for her. Like, especially if she's a reseller, I'm sure that she can.
So, yep, as soon as you email me, I can process that right through my PayPal, and it will be she'll have it within 24 hours in her email.
Yay. Good job. Yay, that was fun. All right. I have glitter all over my hands now. I'm trying to get all this glitter off. So the first question that I wanted to ask.
One second. Joanna, it's The Bargain Effect, just like my name, @gmail.com. She asked for the email.
Oh, yeah. All right, y'all ready for our first question in our share today? No, you're good. You're good. I want to make sure that everybody gets their prizes. I have to actually turn up my mic here a little bit. Who is your role model? And this is not only for the panel, but also we'd love to hear some of your guys' answers in the chat. We won't be able to get to all of them, but we'd definitely love to hear. Who is your favorite role model? It doesn't have to be a specific, it doesn't have to be reseller, YouTuber. It could be anybody that you look up to as sort of an inspiration in life. And I will, and actually, Destiny, I'll ask you first. Who is your role model? And please explain a little bit why.
It would be my grandmother. The reason being is when she was young, she was a beauty queen. She actually was Miss Sunoco, the gasoline, Sunoco gasoline, but they had a pageant down in South Florida, and she actually was Miss Sunoco when she was younger. She was in a few other pageants as well that she won. That was just the biggest one for her. She was a singer. She did a lot of singing in choirs and stuff like that, which quite impresses me. And then she was for many years, she was a barrel racer, and she has lots of ribbons and trophies and stuff like that. And just more recently, she's a breast cancer survivor. And so to me, she's amazing. And so I got to talk to her yesterday, and I learned that my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather were mechanics, and they worked together, and my grandmother and my grandfather worked together with cars and stuff like that. And it runs in my blood. I help Tommy all the time with cars. So it was it's something I didn't know about her. So it was pretty awesome.
That is way awesome. Going to see what a few people say, and then we'll move on to the next person. Jennifer says her mom. Keyline kisses, what up, Gina? As my mother and grandmother were. Thrifty Dad says me. You're so full of it. But that's awesome that you think that. Anissa Junk Trader, what up, my stalker sister? She says, my grandma now in heaven. That is great answer. All right, Pat. Who is your role model?
It's probably sad to say. I just don't really have a role model. One individual. I mean, I've had people in my life that as a teenager that I looked up to as business people and stuff, but no real person as far as a role model. Not to be the downer of the group. It's just the way that it is. I look up to a lot of people as far as people in the business community, but there's no one person. Mm-hmm. And for me, didn't have family really since I'm 12 years old.
We're your family now, though, Pat. We got you.
That's my brother.
Yeah, man. I told you I'm gonna hug you one day, Pat. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to sugarcoat it or bring the group down here. I'm trying to be realistic. I mean, I'm hoping one day I can be a role model to other people.
I think you already are, sir. You've been through a lot, Pat, and I know I'm blessed to have met you and to have you, in my life, and to be able to dial you up and talk to you. I give you a hard time, but I really am blessed to have you in my life. Like I look up to you in for strength, and on the days that I feel sort of down, or am having hard medical issues, I do think of you. You do come to mind in the fact that you've been through a lot too. And in fact, I was sort of creeping on your Facebook the other day, and I came across a few of the posts that your beautiful wife Denise had tagged when you were going through cancer, and like my heart was breaking for you guys, and the fact of how hard that had to be. I can't imagine. I just can't. And so I'm grateful, and I know that there's probably a lot of people who can agree in the fact that you do, inspire and motivate.
And just remember, the angels got you.
Yeah. Yep. We love you, Charlie. So Norgus says, my sister Sandra for her strengths. Pam says her brother. Misha, what up, Misha? It says, my grandma was my role model because she was amazing. Her stories of her life were so fascinating. Football manager John, he says, my role model is not anybody individually. It is a number of people who have faced adversity and come out stronger to the other side. Most of these people I met through my illness a few years ago. It's pretty amazing, John, how you can be brought, how people can be brought together through, especially those who go through, some pretty hard things.
I just want to talk a little bit on that for a minute or so, but I think sometimes we're teaching our kids to look up to sometimes the wrong role models that we talk about, people that play sports and stuff like that. And when there's a lot of people, even in your own community, that can be great role models. So that's why I say for me, there's been nobody, but I did have some people come into my life when I was 13, 14 years old. And I look back and I say, if they hadn't come into my life, I wonder where I would be right now, just because they gave me the opportunity. And that's where I guess the entrepreneur spirit started for me personally, wanting to work and get ahead of the game, because growing up on welfare and struggling with parents that had their priorities wrong, I looked up to those people more as role models than I did my own parents. So when I see other people talk about their grandmother, it's great. I mean, I had a great grandmother that I lived with for a year, and she died at 96, and I didn't have that joy to have her. I wish I would have had her more in my adult life. So that role model is and like you said, it doesn't have to be someone on here. I mean, a lot of times to me, it should be someone in your community or in your family.
Right. Sorry, I was trying to set up my Nightbot, and now he's being difficult to be able to pick a winner.
He's picking prizes.
On that note, Tommy.
Yes.
Who is your role model, sir?
Role model? I have a lot of people that I look up to. I have a lot of people that I admire. When I go to the top of the list for role model, the first person that comes to mind is my dad. One of the biggest reasons is because he wasn't forced to be my dad. He chose to be my dad. He came into my life at 10 years old, and I was a pretty rough teenager. I mean, I put him through some stuff. Let's put it that way. And he never turned his back on me, and he did everything he could to give us the best family life possible. Even when I shunned that family life, like I said, I was pretty wild, and he stuck with me to the end. He's not with us anymore.
That's awesome. Yeah, I get that. I thought about actually picking my stepdad as one of my role models, because he's pretty amazing. So mine would be
Kim. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. Mine would be I chose my mom, and it wasn't very hard for me, honestly, to think too much on it. I chose my mom because, well, she has similar heart issues as I. She was not born with a hole like I was, which was kind of my double whammy, and the part that made so many other things sort of worse. But she also, for most of my childhood, was heavier set, and she made a decision quite a few years ago to get back in shape. And I thought it was amazing that she did that. She has heart issues, she has rheumatoid arthritis, amongst a whole bunch of, sort of other things. And she still chose to do whatever it took to go to her swim class, or to do her jazzercise class. I mean, some of my favorite people to hang out with in the Denver area are a few of the ladies at who I met through the jazzercise class that she has gone to. I haven't been there in a while. My mom's sort of a snowbird, and she disappears during the winter around here. So I'm missing her very, very much. But she went through a divorce and has really overcame a lot. Financially, she went from being into debt to not. Now she owns a few properties, and I think it's amazing. And her most recent years, my mom's a reseller, and it just shows that anything you kind of sort of put your mind to and do the research about and stick with, there's money to be made reselling. There shouldn't be a medical issue that will sort of stop you, and I'm sure that there is, but it just shows that you can make some money reselling, and that's beautiful. That's why I love this community. A lot of us have been through a lot of things, and I think that's why we're also kind of close.
Tommy, okay, he did join us.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. I'm going to test out. We're going to see how good Nightbot can do. For our next giveaway, we have 3 eggs left.
Nightbot was already picking people for winners.
Was he? Was he already throwing things out? Oh, my gosh.
Mama and Pam from Thrift Mind.
I was trying to push buttons, and he's out there. He's out there.
Giving everything away.
Giving everything away. Let me reset this little thing. My apologies for any confusion. When I tested this out the other day, he did just fine. I didn't do it live though. All right, now I have to share my screen. Am I doing it right? Is it sharing my screen?
No, I still see you.
Oh, it's because I got to push share. Present to everyone. Is that what I'm supposed to hit? Oh, whoa, wow. Okay. All right. Can you guys see my screen, my Nightbot screen?
Yep, we see it.
Oh, okay. So we're going to give it here just a second. Nightbot is adding up all the people who are currently active in the chat. So if you want to be in on this next giveaway, you need to be showing down or throwing down some love in our chat, either emojis or maybe some numbers, answers, all of those things helps you just a little bit. Can you guys see the screen or the chat? I can't see it. So
yeah, okay. I can see it.
Are we ready? It says that there's 17. I'll see if it can hit up to 20, and then we'll do it. We'll roll it.
There's 32 watching, so.
Yeah, he chooses the ones that are active, and in the last, I think it's 5 minutes. I could do that longer. Let's do this. We'll do 15 and see if that helps.
Well, people are starting to really comment, so that's good.
All right, let's do this. It's gonna roll. And right there in the center is who it rolled.
There we go.
Dad.
Dad, what's up?
I'm laughing.
Because he said he's going to punch him in the face.
Exactly. He said, if I don't win, I'm punching Nightbot in the face. So that's what you guys got to do. You got to. So good for him.
Yay! Yes,
Congratulations.
Keep going, people, because again,
tell him to pick the pink egg.
The pink egg was already picked. See?
But earlier he was saying about I'm picking the pink egg, so I'm teasing him.
I I had a hard time picking what I was going to put where and what. And so I just sort of rolled them up and then threw them in there. I'm going to switch back to my chat here. Okay, Thrifty Dad. I'm so excited. I was actually live on Thrifty Dad's channel last night, and I was in stitches. Like, my cheeks hurt and my stomach hurts today from laughing so hard. If you guys have not watched him, you should watch, especially last night's episode. It was hilarious. Slightly inappropriate, but it was still funny.
He's
okay.
Awesome.
I'm hoping that he chooses
He's
the
just
one I
gonna
know that
he's
he
gonna
wants.
tell you
but-
which egg he wants. I didn't see that yet.
All right, Thrifty Dad. Which color of egg would you like, sir? I'm like nervous for him. Which one's he gonna pick? Which one's he gonna pick?
Did we lose him? Green.
They're
He said
green.
All right.
All right.
green egg. Green eggs and ham.
Green egg. You win a free ebook. Your choice between 3. Tommy has info on that. I didn't write down what the ebooks were.
You didn't.
I have it in my chat or in my thing.
I got it's a positive thinking, the key to success, using Facebook to build your success, or the powerful eBay SEO guide to traffic sales and traffic on eBay. And you can take your pick of the 3 and email me to bargaineffect.com or bargaineffect@gmail.com and let me know which one you want. Again, it's powerful eBay SEO guide, how to SEO your eBay listings to increase traffic and sales on eBay, using Facebook to build your success, or positive thinking, the key to success.
Good job, Thrifty Dad. Good job, David. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. What is your favorite YouTube channel to watch, and why do you like watching it? Again, I would love to know that same question to everybody in the chat. What is your favorite channel to watch on YouTube? And I will start with Pat this time.
Well, I'm seeing if anybody in the chat is putting Pat D72. Then we can have a super egg. But it's funny that you guys asked this question, because I actually did when I first started YouTube, I think it was at 17 and December and January, I had made a top 10 influence video. And so there wasn't no one real single, but I'll mention I'll mention a couple real quick. And I'll as far as business oriented and a guy that has has a good head on his shoulders in business and looks at opportunities and does tremendous, but also has a retail store, is the Craigslist hunter, Pete. As far as guys that are motivational, I like Steve from Raking Profits and Casey from Rockstar Flipper. My favorite channel is Rally Roots, just because they're young and they are inspirational in what they've done. The guys that have, and again, I don't want to say it's my favorite channel. The guy that has helped me the most has been Scott, the Bearded Picker. He invited me onto a show, and I've been on his show Tuesday and Thursday morning. So I have to say that although he's not my favorite, he has been a great mentor towards me. And so I probably have about 10 or 11. I like as far as garbage picking, I like Taco Stacks and Steve and Steph resellers. Obviously, you know, with Bearded Picker, we follow Wade's and Rise and Grind Picker. But a new channel that I found probably in the last 6 weeks that really, the guy is super intelligent and I've learned a lot from is the Auction Professor, Don. He really opens your eyes onto finding things that you wouldn't even think about. I just love, there's really no other channel that does what he does. So I'm sorry to kind of give you a couple there. So there really
That's
is
all right.
just one favorite.
It is hard to choose just
because
one.
of basically everything that I want to do. I kind of broke it down into 4 categories, but you know, those are the channels I enjoy.
Thank you for sharing that, and I'll read a few in the chat. I know that Kelly, Hip Flippin' Mama, said the crazy lamp lady, and I think that she is amazing. I highly suggest resellers to watch her. Her editing is awesome in her videos. She's pretty knowledgeable and fun to watch. Let's see what else. Too many to pick. I agree. What up, Derek, NASCAR man? He says the Bearded Picker. If you have been a reseller for a minute, you should know who Scott Bearded Picker is. I agree that he is, reseller-wise, a great YouTube channel to watch. Not only does he do his shows, you know, where he has guests on like Pat D's, but he also, you know, goes out and about and does sourcing. And I actually really like watching those types of videos. I like to watch people go out to the thrift stores or, you know, do whatever it is. So I can agree that he's definitely in my probably top like 20 probably favorites. I have a lot of them.
Football manager John said that Pat D 72, he honestly loves his channel. And there was another one in here.
Yeah, he said variety, honesty, and insight into all areas of life. I can agree to that, John.
I tell you, I must look up the family tree. John's from the UK, and I tell you, he saw I was on the Bearded Picker, and he sent me a gift, and he sent me some tea. And I'm going to look up my family tree. He must be related somehow.
Yeah, that's awesome. I do see others, and I'll read a couple of the other ones after I ask Tommy. Tommy,
yes,
what is your favorite YouTube channel to watch?
You know, I had to think because I can't really say a favorite because there's so many great people out there with so much valuable information. But one that I've stuck through and watched consistently and everything, I would have to agree with Pat. Craigslist Hunter Pete, he's amazing, and what I like about him is he's 100% real. I mean, he shows you his good buys, he shows you his bad buys, and everything's pretty candid with him. He's not real big into the editing. He doesn't cover a lot of stuff up or sugarcoat a lot of things. He's just a real upfront dude that shows you the goods and bads of buying and selling this lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And I started out watching him, and he was a great inspiration. And then again, I agree, following up right behind it is Rally Roots. I wish I was where they are that young, because they're just crushing it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They got so much going and so much knowledge. So, but yeah, I guess if I had to pick one, it would be Pete, Craigslist Hunter.
I think that is a excellent choice to be.
He just passed 100,000 subscribers.
I know, that is incredible. He's so deserving of it, though. I mean, that's amazing. Misha says recent funny channels for me is Leon Lush and Cinnamon Toastkin. Wait, Cinnamon Toastkin. I'll have to check them out. I'm always looking to expand who I sort of watch. Oh, I have my fan going here. It's messing me up, people. Ollie's Place says love the bin pickers. I know somebody mentioned Todd, the flippin' hustler. Of course. Gosh, that's definitely in my top 20. Todd is for sure in my top 20. What about you, Destiny? Who or what channel is your favorite to watch?
Well, of course, everybody on this panel, I have to watch you guys' stuff when you put it up. But it was really, really hard because there's so many amazing people in the chat that I watch and stuff like that. So I had to kind of go outside the box, and I picked DJ Mac Live. I love his music. He is the only DJ I actually have on in my group for channels, and I get excited when he goes live, and I have to turn him on, and then Tommy and I will sit there and bob our head or dance around while we're working. And
good music to work to.
Yep. So I that is my pick.
That's awesome. That's cool. That's way cool. Mac is a really cool guy, and he makes his rounds and shows a lot of us support. And
Yes.
I always like the little lights and all the craziness that he has going on. It definitely will get you up and moving. It makes me think of clubbing days, to be honest.
Yeah,
Every time I'm like having flashbacks of being at the club, like, turn around. But
I never went clubbing, but I love the lights.
I did too much of that.
Color changing lights. So
yeah,
I'm actually going to find his link and put it in the chat so that you guys can check him out.
Yeah, feel free to do that. Love me some Mac. He's a good guy, DJ Mac. We like him. He's another person who lives across the pond.
He lives in Scotland.
Yeah. Herbert says you are all awesome creators. We appreciate that. That is awesome. I was trying to see if anybody else was talking about any other channels. I'm trying to be good about. Oh, I know somebody said the Porch Church Network. Yes! Shout out to Casey. Casey is one of my favorite places to be. The Porch Church Network. He does a little Bible study, usually daily at a certain time. It just sort of depends. But he is also, I just love and adore Casey and his mom and mama.
Yep.
They are awesome, awesome people. So my favorite YouTube channel, and I had a hard time picking or thinking about or getting it down to one. There's a lot that I really like to watch, but I wanted to put one out there that wasn't necessarily reseller related. Because I figured, I mean, there's a lot of amazing resellers, but going last in this question, I figured you would have all named all the really awesome ones. So, and you did. So a person that I really enjoy watching, who is honestly one of the silliest people, and I would have, I think, a hoot and a half hanging out with her, which will probably never happen. But her name is Jenna Marbles, and she is a YouTuber, and she doesn't really do educational videos. She's pretty much makes the most ridiculous videos. For example, one of them she tries to do 5-minute crafts, and not well. She doesn't do them well, but it's absolutely hilarious to watch. And her videos are only 10 to 20 minutes or whatever. And if I'm ever in a bad mood, I know that I can go and click on any one of her videos and I'm going to be laughing hysterically by the end of it because she's just too funny. Some of her older content is a little silly and maybe not so appropriate, but I really, really like watching her. I mean, she does videos even of her dogs. She puts her dogs in pajamas or treating my dogs like a baby. And she is one of the highest paid female YouTubers there is. So I kind of look up to her in that aspect. And it also shows and is a constant reminder to myself that being just yourself works. People like that about her, that she's silly, and she's been on YouTube for quite a few years, but her following is huge. I don't even know what her subscriber count is up to. It's millions and millions. So I love her. I think that she's hilarious. And every time I watch her, I giggle. We are family. Darlene told me to sing it. All my brothers, sisters, and me. What up, Adam? Adam is one of the best mods in the business, y'all. He is amazing. All right. Are you guys ready for another giveaway? We're going to see if Nightbot does this right. The list should be built up now. Who's ready for a giveaway? Say yes in the chat, and I will get it set up. I'm beginning to roll. Let me share to my screen. This is good practice in sharing my screen here. Uh-oh. Why is my computer freezing?
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go. That was really scary. I have so many windows up. Present to everybody. All right. Let's do the next giveaway. So there are now 31 eligible users, it says. Right over here where it's highlighted. Thrifty Dad was the last person to win. And right here at the bottom is the roll it. And we are going to roll. Pam from Thrift Mine, you, ma'am, are the winner. Yay! Oh, I love Pam. That is amazing. Congratulations, Pam, my unicorn. The unicorn affair. I love she. Pam actually is a part of a reseller couple. Her fiance is Ryan, and his channel is Thrift Mine, and they are awesome, awesome people.
Yeah, they are. They're good. They're good.
Yes, I know that they do a show on Mondays and a show on Fridays. Let me get my chat.
And I would suggest not missing a Friday show. They usually keep it pretty interesting.
Hilarious, right?
The bathtub one, I think, was my all-time favorite.
I didn't know what was going on in that. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is washing off all the stuff. I'm like, really? Who does that? Yay! That's awesome, Pam. And you know what, girl? You look better in blue. I change you. I change you blue. Okay, eggs. So there is left 2 eggs, a pretty blue one. I don't have any unicorn colored ones, and a pretty gold one. Which egg would you like, Pam? Let us know. Hello, Nicole, Dab Kitty Sparkle. She's having a hard time deciding. Rebecca says blue. Pam says gold.
Gold.
Gold it is, girl. And the gold one. Thank you for dropping that link, by the way.
Yep, not a problem.
Ooh, Pam wins. $5 Amazon gift card. Woohoo!
Yay! Congratulations.
Yay! Good job, Pam. Thank you for being here. And you need to actually get a hold of Patrick for that.
Okay.
I'd like to tell her how to do that.
I will put an email and just email me at your email, and then you'll have it in 5 minutes.
Thrifty Dad said, should have picked the blue. Blue is the last one, y'all. We're going to see who gets it. I kind of love that it's last. It's funny.
Willy Wonka golden egg.
Yay! All right. Our last question that we have for the evening before we do our last giveaway is, oh, this was a hard one. It was hard. If you could have a 1 hour lunch with any 2 people on this planet, past or present, meaning alive or passed away in heaven, who would it be? And they short answer as to why. Shorter. And this one I'm going to start with Tommy. Bargain effect.
Okay.
Which two people? 1 hour lunch. Any two people.
Yeah, I actually came up. It was really hard for me to come up with two.
Right.
I came up with one real easy, so that's really all I got.
All right.
But if I could have 1 hour to have lunch and pick this guy's brain, it would be Marcus Lemonis. I don't know how many people are familiar with him, but he was on a TV show, The Prophet. He's also CEO and co-founder of Camping World, and what he does is he buys into failing businesses if he feels they have a potential to turn them around. And business-wise, the guy is just, he's all there. I mean, if anybody could steer me in the right direction, I'd want it to be him.
That's
the
awesome.
Short answer.
No, that's awesome. I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I'm always curious about I've thought about that. I used to ask that when I did interviews when I was in the restaurant business. That was one of the questions that I would ask, and it always like throw people for a loop. But I was always curious to see, what people would choose. And I see that in the chat. Thrifty Dad says Jesus and Trump. That'd be interesting. Hip Flippin' Mama says Dad and Jesus. Jennifer says that's a great question. Anissa says my grandma and my son. Ace Ann, she says my parents, I miss them. Gina says my mom and dad, just one more hug and I love you. Yeah, I bet. I'm sure there's a lot of people who would choose family. How about you, Destiny? Who would you choose? Which two people?
Okay, the first one would be my great-great-grandmother, who was full-blooded Irish. We don't have much information on her because she passed away when she was young, and my great-grandfather was very, very little when she passed, so we don't have a whole lot of information on her. And so I would love to like get history and stuff like that from her, and it would. That's one of them. And then my grandpa Baker, he's the one that helped build Disney World down in Orlando, Florida, or Kissimmee, Florida. He was in the Navy. He was in Vietnam on a Navy ship when that happened, and he was a traveling iron worker. And so I'd like to get information from our past family stuff too from him, and just to see him because I miss him. He passed away the day before our son turned 3, and so he's 13 now. So I miss him very much.
That's a great answer, and that's cool to learn those things. I always think that it's neat when you can connect and figure out sort of, some of the relatives, what they did, and that was a connection we had, because I told you that my grandpa and my dad worked on a few of the rides, not at Disney World, but at Disneyland. My grandpa helped build some of the rides there. So I just think that's way cool. We are like here. That's why you're my Irish twin. Duh. Yeah. I see Flippin' Crazy says my mom and grandmother. Jennifer says my mom and God. Pam, gosh, I love you, Pam, so much. My future children, to see if I like them before I have them. Maybe set some rules ahead of time. Figure out if they're going to be more like you or more like Ryan. Oh boy. Just make sure you're teaching them how to resell, young. Put them kids to work. Derek says that's a hard one. There's a few. Yeah, it is. How about you, Pat? If you could choose two people,
well, I would have
two people, alive or past. Who would it be?
No, they would be alive, because the conversation wouldn't be too deep over lunch if they're not here. So
right.
But for me, I would say any sitting president, because that I just think would be so neat. I've been to the White House actually last year in March, and I mean, just I don't care if it was Obama or Trump. Because I love everybody. So I would love that would be just so amazing to sit down with one of them and talk and see what that late. And then the other one, I've always been a David Letterman fan. I would just love to sit down. I've been to his show 6 or 7 times. I'd just love to sit down and pick his brain and talk and just the things that he's done over, for me, I've watched him the last like 30 years until he retired a couple years ago. So yeah, sitting president and David Letterman.
Nice. I'm loving some of these answers. And John, football manager John, asked, what part of Ireland were they in, Destiny?
And I did respond. We're not sure where exactly in Ireland. We just know the last name was Dennison, and she was full-blooded Irish.
That's cool. Thrifty Dad says, if anyone picks Thrifty Dad, I can make that happen. I'm changing my answer. That's pretty funny. Oh,
can I have a third?
So my two, and I had a hard time picking just 1 hour. I thought about picking relatives that were maybe past, but I don't know. I'd want them for more than 1 hour. I'd want to hang out with them for hours and hours and hours. So I went the making me smile route, and who would I just sort of love to hang out with and get to know or kind of pick their brain, because it's only an hour. I thought about doing Martin Luther King, and all these other people, but I'd want way more than an hour, to hang out with them. And what would you ask Martin Luther King or George Washington or somebody in 1 hour? I'd be so nervous even to be around them. I probably wouldn't say nothing. I'd be like, so I chose Robin Williams because he is hilarious, and I'd also, it's sort of tragic, kind of what happened, but I, on a personal level, can understand, it was shocking what, him passing, and to see somebody laugh and be known to be a comedian and make everybody smile. You don't ever assume or ever think about the fact that there is another side, and I've mentioned this a few times that yes, I am extremely happy, but also at the same time, I can be extremely sad. It's just not as common, but when I hit that hard time, it's rough. It's hard. And I just want to hug the dude and tell him thank you for making me and millions of people smile, and I think he would be so awesome to have lunch with. And then the other, yeah, right. And then the other person I chose Janis Joplin. She's like my spirit animal. I say that she is. I think her vibe is pretty cool for the era that she was popular in. I'm not pro doing, hard kind of drugs and the drinking life, party life like she was, but I loved her free spirit. And I just think it would be a hoot and a half to hang out with Robin Williams and Janis Joplin over lunch. I think that would be pretty fun. So those were my two that I chose. Yeah, Jennifer just said people hide their depression with laughter. That is true. That is true. It makes me think of Jim Carrey and even Adam Sandler, who also have manic sort of depression moments, and they are known for being absolutely hilarious, but they do go through a hard time. And reality is yes, like on my YouTube channel, you'd never know that I have dark days, but I do. I'm human, and I have a hard time sometimes. So it is 6:00, and I put down that if we had any time for questions, feel free to drop a few before we do our very last giveaway of the blue egg. One prize left. I did want to say I wrote a little quote at the top of this and of our little outline, and I sent it to Tommy and Destiny and Pat. And I wasn't planning on reading it, but I'm going to while we wait to see if there's any questions. It says, everybody that's riding with you ain't riding for you. Let the gas run out and see who will help you push. And I want you three on the panel, especially, to know that I love and adore each one of you, and that I would get my behind out and I would help you push. And I hope you know that. I appreciate you guys so much, and for dealing with my crazy Colorado crazy, as Pat would say. I do appreciate you guys very much, and I'm very happy that we, do this show. I look forward to it. Is there any other questions? You guys see any certain questions?
I have a couple people saying that they love your ears.
Oh yeah, thanks. I wanted to get like pink or blue. Blue, by the way, is my favorite color. I can't believe nobody chose the blue egg first. But this is the giveaway we're going to be doing. If there are no, Anna Moore says, I have a question for you, Kimmy. Are you wearing
A rabbit tail.
Oh, no, I only show my bum, Anna Mora, on the Crazies Come Out. So if you want to see my bum, Anna Mora, you have to come watch one of the Crazies Come Out episode, which is every other week on a Friday. All right, let's do our last giveaway, and then we will wrap up our show, because I know that it is Easter and everybody probably wants to spend some more time with their family. Let me switch my screens again to screen share. I appreciate everybody who's still hanging out. Red Neckerson Free Sales, you look so handsome in blue, Nathan. That's my Southern charm. Love me some Nathan. He is a good guy. I'm getting to it here, people. I'm excited. Screen share. Screen share. I'm like pro status as a screen sharing now. Look at me go. This one big all. All right. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. Drum roll. That's all I got. I got nothing, people. And the last winner of our Easter Sunday giveaway, mystery egg giveaway, is Star City Picker, Rick!
Congratulations.
Congrats, Rick. That is awesome. Good job. Let me switch my screens back. Okay, yeah. Is it showing me again?
Yes.
Cool. Good job, Rick. Thanks for being here, sir. I know that you were here pretty much the whole time. Not pretty much. You were here the whole time. Who is excited to see what's in the magical, glittery blue egg? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rick, that you only get one choice here. Maybe, if you really don't want it, I know somebody who does.
Yeah, he's commenting already.
He's going to go punch myself in the face. And the prize is... merch shirt from Borderline Hoarderish. Yeah.
Awesome.
You get one of these. I am wearing the female version. There is a male version. It has the same lettering in this. And it comes in a couple colors: purple, black, brown, red, gray. I will put down my email, and please email me, Rick, and then I'll show you the shirts, and you can pick one out and then give me your address, and I will send it to you. It's perfect. You're a reseller. You're borderline hoarderish, where hoarding is only cool if you can sell it for a profit. There you go. So congrats. That's awesome. I know that there was quite a few people. I was dropping hints all week about the fact that I was going to give away a merch shirt. That's too funny. So, and these shirts are cool. They're really nice. I'm really quite pleased with them. All right. So we are at 6:06 and it is time to wrap it up. I'm going to put my email in here real fast for Rick. Okay. So the next show is going to be on Destiny, the Shamrock Pixies channel. It will be next Sunday, just like all of our shows that we do on the Sunday show is on Sunday, same time, which will be 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and 4 Pacific. It only goes for about an hour, 15 minutes at most. And next week's topic is, what is next week's topic, Destiny?
eBay summer slowdown, other ways to make money.
Awesome. That's awesome. And then after that, it'll be on Pat D's 72 on his channel. And Pat, do you have a topic, or are you thinking about having
Yeah,
a guest?
we're gonna. Can you make money buying liquidation pallets? And Chris from Liquidation OH is going to be a special guest.
Yay!
Whoa.
Yay!
Love him. He's amazing. That's so awesome. He's such a good guy. I've been watching him quite a lot. And in fact, I have this whole thing going with him because I was a little confused on the time of his show, and I showed up late a few days in a row. And so anytime I see him, I always ask him, am I fired, Chris? Am I fired? Did you fire me yet? It's funny. But I do watch him. I watched the replays because I was 30 minutes late a few times. So that's going to be a great show. Very, very smart guy, very nice guy. Very knowledgeable of.
If people in the room want to ask questions during the, he'll answer questions.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions that you'd ever like for us to ever talk about in any future shows, feel free to put them in the comments after this video is uploaded. It's just a little easier for me to see that type of thing. Or, you can, of course, get a hold of any of us through any of the social media type of platforms. I know that all of us have that out there. I do put my Instagram out there. Oh, look, see right there, Nightbot, right there. So if you have any questions or topics that you would like, for us to talk about, feel free to ask us, and you can send me a message if you want to do that too, instead of putting it in the comments. We like to do things, reseller, Amazon, eBay, whatever, kind of even up to local sales. And then also just sort of about life, so that you guys can kind of get to know us to get. Wow, let me start over that. You guys can get to know us as well as the other parts of our life, besides just reselling. So let's see. I think that about wraps it up. Is there anything that I missed? I guess we can leave each. I'll go through each one of us before we head out. With a little maybe piece of advice or maybe something that you're thankful for. And then we will close this down. And I will start with Tommy. Leave us with a brilliant thought.
Hi. Just keep smashing it every day. The only one I love this phrase. The only one that can give yourself a raise is you. You want a raise? Work harder.
That is so true. Brilliant words. And Destiny, how about you, ma'am?
Let's see. I'll do my favorite Irish proverb.
All right.
Your feet will take you where your heart is.
That's a good one.
It is a very good one.
That's totally true. Really, if you think about it, it's the fact that it's like I say of wishing upon a star. You have to do the work to make it. So that's a great quote. And Pat, any wise words before we leave?
No, I just want to thank everyone for joining us. This is our 5th show, and for people taking the time out, especially on Easter Sunday, to spend an hour, a little bit more than an hour with everybody. It's it's a great honor. So
Yeah.
I thank you guys.
Absolutely.
And, I will be back next Sunday I'm actually going to Michigan for a couple days to join my son's competition robotics. So I have a busy week ahead. So if you guys don't hear from me much this week, but I'll still try to do some YouTube. I'll have to do some recording. So, but thanks again for everyone watching, and I'll see you guys next week.
Awesome. And with that, I too will say that I appreciate every single one of you, especially the 3 that are doing the Sunday show, and then everybody who always shows up and always says such kind things and then also makes me laugh. I adore every single one of you. The quote I will leave you all with is, see, maybe I should have been more prepared. One of my favorite ones, and I said this actually on Thrifty Dad's show last night when I was hanging out with him, is shoot for the moon. If you miss, you'll land among the stars. And I just love that saying because it's basically, if you put forth effort and try your hardest, even if you don't hit that one, goal that you're trying to strive for, you're going to still have wonderful things that will happen. And on that note, we bid you all farewell, and we will see you same time next week on the Shamrock Pixie. I hope that everybody had fun tonight and enjoyed our little giveaway. Bless you all. I hope everybody has a safe and happy week.
Happy Easter.
1438.
1438.